Hell hath no fury like a gamer scorned. That's going to be a theme that we're going to be talking about here in today's Halo video. So hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Brian if you happen to be new around here, but if you're part of this incredible 74,869, which the inner child in me has to say nice, thank you so much for coming in and coming back to this video. But today we're going to be talking about Halo as the state of the game. It's not a dead game. Dead game as a meme, dead game my ass is honestly what I want to summarize as it, but I want to go over some numbers, and I also want to talk about the things that are still holding back Halo, the things that even if you don't agree with me, we're going to have a discussion about it, and I love to hear your thoughts, because if you especially disagree with me, all opinions are always welcome here. I love talking about games. I love the discussion around video games, and I'm sure I'm going to ruffle some feathers. We're going to talk about some things that Halo is absolutely missing, and we're going to talk about it in the perspective of those who do not want to give Halo a second chance. But Halo Season 5, if you guys haven't been following, drops this coming Tuesday. If you're watching this video far in the future, hello from the past. Hopefully things are better wherever you are. But we're going to be focusing in on the current state of Halo. I think Season 4 has been phenomenal, but it's not to say it's without its issues. And I'm not going to sit here and try to both sides this. I do feel like Halo is actually on the right path. I feel like because they've cut their leadership, which was and has been the biggest problem for the franchise over the last, honestly, since Halo 4, if we're being real, but the leadership in and of itself with the TV and all that stuff has been, I think, one of the things that has hurt this franchise in the long run. However, I'm thrilled to see what we're talking about here. And yes, we're going to be using a heat map because no, we don't have all sources on this, but let's share with you guys what I tweeted out in this case. And I say this is such a good thing to see. Halo Season 4 has been excellent. Halo Season 5 looks to be another step in the right direction. Steam numbers, they represent a heat map of the total community, and Halo Infinite has the best Battle Pass mode to date. Dead game my ass. And we can start to see that the peak players, in lieu of the update coming on Tuesday, have started to come and check this game back out on Steam. Now, this is not going to be anything amazing because you can play this game in a lot of different areas, but that's why I say heat map, because it does represent an increase in the community. And we'll be looking at this and we'll be talking about this because people will look at the numbers and they'll again attribute it to the dead game meme. Let's talk about Salt King here. And if you guys, I'm going to have a video topic coming out later this week talking about should Phil Spencer be fired. Recently, I was on the Salt King podcast. It was a great time. If you guys watched the opening, I'm sure you're going to find lots of reasons to disagree with me, but it was an excellent podcast. I would highly recommend checking out Salt King and their content. But they respond to this tweet saying, this is Apex Legends peak player count. In comparison, Halo Infinite is dead AF. And you can see some big numbers, right? Like, obviously, this is huge when it comes to players right now, and obviously peak concurrence. And you can also play Apex Legends on other platforms that we don't necessarily then have the data on. And I want to highlight this because I also want to highlight AV3 Morton here says, this is roughly 3% of their all-time peak for a FPS game. While I can agree it is a move in the right direction, they have a very long way to go compared to others in the genre, COD, Apex, Fortnite. They remains D tier at best, and I'm just being generous. And the reason why I think these are two of the most important counterpoints to my excitement for Season 5 is because if you caught onto it, it is a battle royale. COD, Apex, Fortnite, here's Apex. And that's the narrative that Halo is going to go up against. Now, you might not like Battle Royale. That's perfectly fine. But it's not to say that that's what the game has to be 100%, right? If we look at the numbers, if we even just go from a streaming perspective, and I know some of people don't like the streaming and content creation side of video games, the monetary incentive does incentivize bad actors to step into the space and pollute it. And we see this over on X, we see this on Twitch, we see this on YouTube. Like, there is always going to be that kind of sus perspective. And I know people are going to put that on me, and that's perfectly fine. Be suspicious of me. Check my, credentials, check and hold me accountable. That's an important aspect that I always want to bring to this. That's why I share all my stats once a month. Now, I haven't gotten my latest stats update video out. I do apologize. It's been a crazy busy month with all the T-ball and all the stuff that I got going on outside of gaming. Anyway, all that doesn't matter. Let's focus in on the subject at hand. Halo does not have a battle royale. And since the beginning, I've been stating they needed one, not to become that as all that it is. COD doesn't do that. But obviously Apex and Fortnite, that's kind of their bread and butter. Halo is holding itself back. And while I see people say they should do something new, I would love that too, right? But new isn't just, pulling a thing out of the hat and it magically works. New runs the concept of risk. Will people be interested in this over the thing that they currently are enjoying? And we don't know, right? So the safest and smartest solution is to not sit here and just hand it off to COD and Apex and Fortnite, but to compete with that. So my replies to both of these was, I fully support Halo adding in a battle royale mode. And one of the coolest things is some of the people in the community are working on that. Go check out this Twitter thread. I'll include a link in the description. I do have a tagged and pinned tweet as a reply that you guys would probably be interested in if you're interested in a battle royale. The gamers with Forge AI and stuff like that, that's what they're planning on it. And while I applaud us as a community for doing these kind of things, I at the same time say this needs to also be something driven from the top down. Because clearly, when you look at Apex and Fortnite and COD, Warzone in and of itself, they are still a big draw. And in the streaming space, those tend to get more eyeballs, and that would be another massive re-invitation to this game. But the game isn't dead as it exists. Arena will just do what it needs to do. Halo will continue to be out there. It will not necessarily be the biggest game or the biggest return of the franchise in its history. You need something big to reinvite all those Flaps players. And a season is a good step in the right direction, but it's going to be that slow march. In a way, we've seen it happen before. No Man's Sky is a great example. Lots of praise to that game for their continued effort. And I think and hope that Halo continues to do so. They fixed my problem, which was the leadership. And we can see that trickling down in a very, very positive way. So that in and of itself, I think is a really good opportunity for me to say, if you guys haven't checked out season 4, you should check out season 5. You should see if this is something that is interesting to you. In fact, this coming Thursday, we're going to be doing a community game night. I will stream it. We will hang out and voice chat, and we will run custom games. We're going to have lots of fun. It's going to be a good time. If you guys are interested, come and join us. Links are all in the description if you want to be a part of something like that. I think this in and of itself is a good step in the right direction. I wish I could cure the problems of content creation around gaming, especially dead game memes. That doesn't mean that Halo will be the biggest shooter out there. That's called Call of Duty for a reason, and that's one of the big reasons why Xbox now owns that franchise. But Halo, in my opinion, and I fought for this in the beginning, and people told me I was crazy. I was like, the market economics for what you see, not the vocal minority, not like if you could be perfectly against what we're talking about here today, but the actual people who show up and actually play and stream and watch and play, they clearly are saying something different, and the numbers say something different. But this in and of itself, I think, is an important thing. And that's why I wanted to discuss it with you guys today, because I'm not saying that I'm right, but I'm just saying that it really is interesting that every time Halo right now, despite the fact that numbers are going up, despite the fact that the praise and the positive talk about the game is going up, the thing that people are hitting it for, even if unintentionally, is they're hitting it because it's not a battle royale. And we know that would be something really interesting to talk about. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your time in this video. If you feel like you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. It's a great free way of supporting the content. Hit that subscribe button if you like video game discussions and so much more. Got lots of content. Usually try to publish roughly once a day. Sometimes that kind of scales up and down. It all depends. But I do appreciate your time again, like I said. And I hope and wish you all the absolute very best. Thanks for being here, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. But until then, take care.